Hey guys, Break here. Today we're going to be looking again at Battle Pet Arbitrage. My favourite way of making gold, the easiest way of making gold, and one which you will probably have seen before if you're a regular watcher of my channel or of my Gold Cap Challenge series in particular. But today I'm going to be showing you the entire process and how you can hopefully make millions of gold in, well, no time at all. Just a tiny bit of work every day, I'd say 15 minutes per day, and you can make a million gold, or I make a million gold in a month for 15 minutes a day doing this method. It might take you guys a bit longer to get started, but once you're up and running, you can also make a million gold a month through this method through just 10 to 15 minutes per day. So I'll first give you a really quick outline of the method. I'll then tell you how I first did it back in MOP to make my first million, maybe my second million, I don't know. Anyway, I wasn't very rich when I started doing this, and I was rich by the end of it. And then lastly, I will run you guys completely through the process I do every day and how you can get started to make the gold that I make. So as many of you may know, this method involves selling pets on different servers. Pets are Battle.net account bounds, but you can cage them. So you can put a pet in a cage and it will be right there for you. You can learn it, you can go to a different server, you can cage it on the new server and sell it on the new server. So all the servers are connected through pets, but the servers are not connected through prices, are they? Well, unless they're a connected server. But most servers have completely different auction houses, completely different prices, and that's how we make our gold. We basically buy the pet cheap on our realm, go to a different realm and try and sell it for a lot more. Now I first did this back in Mists of Pandaria. I'd like to say I thought of it myself, but I actually read a post on one of the Reddit forums about it. Someone who made a ton of gold through the Battle Pet system. I was really interested in making gold through Battle Pets because they were obviously new. Well, the whole Battle Pet system was kind of new in Mists of Pandaria. So the whole caging thing, all of that, I thought surely there can be something to do to make a ton of gold with this, and lo and behold there was. Someone did this really interesting post about how they started selling them across server and they had this whole system going, blah de blah. It sounded really cool. They made something like 1 million or 2 million and they were just doing it on quite a small scale, so I was like, well, why don't I start? I used to always transfer server back in the day because, I don't know, I just liked doing it. I could never find a realm that I really liked. So that meant I had a lot of characters on different servers. So to start with, I looked on my realm, I found some cheap pets, I learnt them, and then I looked on my other servers to see if they were more expensive. And on some of them they were more expensive. I sold them and I made some gold. I then decided to expand my operations across even more servers with even more pets, and I started raking in the gold, and it soon became my favourite way to make gold, and I've been doing it ever since. And with Legion and the launch of Battle.net Balance, it's even better, because one annoying thing is when you do this method, your gold obviously is on another realm. Now the best thing to do is just to use the gold on the other realm, buy cheap pets, and then try to sell them back on your main realm or sell them back on another realm for even more, then buy even cheaper pets and then sell them on your main realm. So that's the longer and more profitable way of doing it. But now what I also do is I just buy WoW tokens to pay for my game time on the different servers. And if you've seen my half price WoW token video, that's how I get WoW tokens for usually around half the price, if not a third of the price as I would on my main server. And yes, I know the WoW tokens are the same price across all servers, but if you know what I mean, I buy a pet for 80k on my server, I sell it for 200k on the new server, I then buy the token for 200k on the new server, and I've basically got the token for 80k. So it's a great way to get Battle.net Balance, it's a great way to buy game time, and in the long term it's a great way to get gold on your main server, because you'll just buy more pets, sell them back on your main server for even more, and yeah, it's just really good. Now before I tell you the exact methods I use, I would really suggest getting TSM. You don't even have to be very good at TSM, you just have to have it and have the desktop application, because that will show you the prices of the pets. If you look at this enchanted cauldron, it shows the min buyout 24k, the market value 28k, and then most importantly the region market value, which is 11k. Now the region market value is great because you can use it as the kind of average price of the pets across all servers. So I always buy for around half region value. I'll show you how I buy in a minute, but I'll look for pets that are around half the price of region value, maybe a tiny bit more. So I'd have probably bought this cauldron for around 7k, and look, on my server it sells for 24k, so that's over triple my gold. So first up, you want to search for the pets. Now the easiest way to do this is on TSM, like I said. So if you do have TSM, you want to first go into options, go into shopping, and change this, which should say DB market. You want to change it to DB region market average. That means when you shop, it will show the region value or the region average of the pets, which is what you want. You don't want your realm, because your realm could be an anomaly. And yeah, you can always change this back for you regular TSM users, but we'll keep it like that for the moment. You go into shopping, you type in /battlepets, and then you wait. It takes about 30 seconds to go through them all. You don't want to use an operation to search for them, it takes way longer. This is by far the easiest way to do it. You can also do it on Auctionator or just on the normal auction house. You've just got to search for the battle pets, search all, and yeah, but it's going to be so much harder if you don't have an auction add-on, and especially if you don't have TSM, but it will still work for sure. Probably back in MOP I didn't have TSM when I very first started, so it can work for sure. This just makes it easier. So here where it says % market value, that is now % region market value, because we changed it. And you want to go down here and look for something in the blue that's really low, but also quite expensive. You don't want to waste your time buying an 8 gold kitten that sells for 89 gold average, because that's 80 gold profit. You don't really care about that. You know, something like this, even 300 gold, sells for 2,300, so that's 2k profit if you sold it for average, but even so I probably wouldn't bother. Something like this bronze drake for 500, 3,700, that's a 3k profit, so I'll go for that. I'll buy that. What else should we look for? The hungering claw, again, that's 3k profit, buy that. And when I say profit, I'm talking about the region market value average. Now I've got a selling operation even that sells for at least 100% of region market average. So I never sell for below this mark. I only ever sell for above it, sometimes for double or triple. So that's how you know you're going to make profit, and if you just stick to a rule like that, you're always going to be in the money. But taking things more serious, blazing Cinder Cooler, 20k on average, it's selling for 6k here. The Mojo for 10k, and it's selling 3k here. And the, what else should we get? Death Adder Hatchling, 18k average, selling for 7k here. And I usually like to go for a big item as well. Crimson Whelpling, 10k and 24 average. Let's find something that's quite pricey, if there's anything that's... Look, here we go, Gundrak Hatchling, 42k average, and it's 22k here. Are there any 100k things? Probably not. 20k, 35k. You guys get the drift. Basically, I buy for around half the region market, and I sell for at least above region market. So I make double my gold at least. Last up, we will get... What should we get, guys? What shall we get? We'll get a green carp, which sells... I've often sold those for 20k, and that's 7k. Here, there we go. So you go to your mailbox and you open up your purchases, and then you just learn them. Right click, they'll go into your pet journal, and that is all you have to do for the moment. Now, lots of you ask, how do I find a server to sell the pets on? Now what I suggest you do is just to pick a random server, usually one that's around medium pop. You don't want to pick a super low pop because they'll never sell, but you don't want to pick a super high pop because there'll be so much competition and the pets will probably be quite cheap. So you pick something that's around average population, average to high. I like average to high. And you just make a level 1. You go into Stormwind or Orgrimmar or wherever you want to go. I usually pick a human and go to Stormwind. And then you can start selling the pets. Now you do need a tiny bit of gold on that new realm in order to sell the pets, because you have to put a deposit. So you can either beg. I don't beg. I did in the past a couple of years ago. I was like, please can someone just give me 2 gold? You know, if someone asked me for 2 gold, I'd give it to them. But the best thing to do is just to find a really cheap pet. Like we were looking before, that pet that was selling for 8 gold and usually sells for 89 gold. Can't remember which one it was. You buy something like that, then you spam in trade chat saying, want to sell pet, 10 gold, 10% of market value. So you basically just sell a cheap pet in trade chat for hardly anything. You only need 10 gold and that will keep you going forever. So get that 5-10 gold and then you can go from there. So if I did that, I'd lose 90 gold. But I mean, really, 90 gold when we're going to be making millions is nothing. So get the gold, get the character, and I'll move over to one of my level 1s now and I'll show you how we sell. So here we go, my level 1 on a random realm. My auction's expired. You shouldn't let them expire, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, I now go into my pet journal. I look at some of the pets we just bought, such as the Crimson Whelpling, the Blazing Cinder Cooler, and Mojo. Did we just buy them? I think so. So we'll just look at those 2 for now. Okay, so we'll then mouse over. So we bought the Whelpling for what, about 12k? Maybe 13, 14k? Can't quite remember. You can go back in the video. Anyway, it sells for 27k here. The Blazing Cinder Cooler, which we bought for like 7 or 8k I think, sells for 80k here. That's 8 times our gold. And the Mojo, there are no Mojos on the auction house, so my TSM operation will sell it for double market value. So we bought it for about 6k and we'll sell it for 20k I believe. Let's look and see. What's my TSM saying? This was just the first realm I checked, and look at all this gold we're going to be making. Okay, my Blazing Cinder Crawler isn't in my TSM group for some reason. I must have taken it out, but that's fine. There we go. Blazing Cinder Crawler 80k. As you can see, I've got 180k on this random level 1 anyway from pet sales, and I just bought a WoW token the other day on this guy, and EU WoW tokens are over 200k, so yeah, I did have about 400k on this guy until a couple of days ago. Anyway, let's go to the next level 1 just to give you guys another idea of how this all works. So here we are, we'll open the mail again. All that expired. Now, what else did we just buy? I don't remember. It doesn't matter because we buy for less than region market average and we sell for above region market average. So we're making profit whatever. Again, if you guys just aim for about half region value, unless it's really expensive and then you can go for sort of 75%, then sell for at least 120% say, you're going to be making at least 50% profit, usually double your profit or more. So we'll just look at the price of some of these on this server. So that Bronze Drake, yes, this is the Bronze Drake which we bought for 600 gold or something just now. It sells for 10k on this server. Remember a few minutes ago we bought it for 600 gold, because the region market value average was 3,700. But look at that, 10k it sells here, which is crazy profits. Ashley Spritling sells for 45k here. Magical Crawdad 75k, etc, etc. You guys get the idea. It's just a gold mine, this pet selling. And please, none of you tell me, don't say the pets don't sell, because they do sell. I've been selling them for years. Obviously, if you only have a few pets, it's going to take ages to sell. But if you're on 10 servers like I am, and you have, I usually have around 20 pets on each character, so that's 200 pets across the servers, you're going to see a couple of sales a day. You know, if you've got 200 pets, a couple of sales a day is only 1%, which for sure you'll get. And that's going to net you 20, 30k a day, unless it's a really big sale, and you could get 200k a day. You know, and 30k a day times a month, that's 1,000,000 gold a month. You guys get the idea. Just post all that up. I haven't been doing this in a while, so I thought I'd start doing it again and make gold at the same time. Again, my battle pet group isn't the best. It doesn't have all the new pets in it, but that's fine. I'll link my group and my operation in the description below, by the way, guys, for you TSM users. Like I say, you don't need TSM. You can do the same thing on Auctionator or the normal auction house, but TSM makes it easier, especially if you go onto my operation. Look here, here's the operation. So it sells for, okay, it sells for 90% region market average, because I never buy for 90%, I only ever buy for 50% or 60%. So that's always going to get you a profit. And yeah, normal sells for double if there's no pets on the auction house. And max, well, as you saw earlier, that thing we got for 100 gold, 500 gold, selling for 10k. So you want to have the max pretty high. Trust me, they do sell. Now I just thought I'd show you guys what I do once I've sold the pets on the different servers. So I'm back on the server where we had that Cinder Cooler selling for 80k, which we bought for 10k. So you do the same thing, / battle pets, or just search for the pets. Someone just killed all of the auction house guys. Titty Max Swag. Well, you presume they'd have a name like that, because they're a tit for killing the auction ears. Who would do that? So we sell the Cinder Cooler. That gives us 80k, or say it even sells for 50k. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I could then afford to buy, say, these two. 30k sells for 45 average, and 12k sells for 20 average. You know, that's 65k. Probably more. I could then buy other stuff. You get the idea. This Soul Trader, I mean, I can buy that now because I've got the gold. 150k. It's 200k average, and I've seen them sell for over 300k. In fact, I've sold them myself for over 300k on other servers. So you can see how quickly that 10k, which we bought the Cinder Crawler for back on our main server, sells and turns into a lot more gold on different servers. So that's all I do. I log on every day. I run a cancel scan to cancel the auctions I've been undercut, or I just undercut them all. I then run a shopping scan just to check for any cheap pets, and I repost the pets I cancelled, and I learn the cheap pets. I then go to the next server, do the same thing, but just look at the, say, Moon. I'll learn it, and I'll be like, oh look, it's selling for, whoa, selling for 100k. I actually will post that, 100k for Moon. So you get the idea. I then post that, and I've just turned my gold into more gold. And you just do that every day. Like I say, it takes about 2 minutes per character. I do it on 8 or 9 characters, about 15 minutes a day. And like I say, I get 20 to 50k profit in sales every day. We'll call it, well no, it's more like 40k on average, you know, and 40k times 1 month, 40 times 30, that's 1.2 mil profit per month just doing this 15 minutes a day. I don't know why everyone's not doing it. Well, I do, because it's a bit of effort to set up, but once you've set it up, it's just free gold. I really hope you guys give this a try. Let me know what you think. Really hope you make some gold with this. Like I say, it's been working for me for years. That's about it. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time, see ya.